We got to get enough in for today because it's the last Friday of 2020. So we're going to get a nice kind of coating on top. Welcome to the Nutmeg Tavern. We are live. It's Friday, the last Friday of 2020, and we are so excited to finish up this live stream. I'm your host, John Townsend, and we're going to be talking about, we'll be talking about inside baseball, and we'll be talking about 18th century stuff and your questions and 2020 and all that kind of great stuff. I am joined behind the bar, not by the Pineapple Twins, but Ryan is back.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm glad you got to see me.
There's Ryan, and he's going to be, he's got his hands in the vortex right now, dealing with all that conversation.
I specialize in vortex manipulation.
Yeah, so he's doing that, and behind the console, you can probably just barely see him.
No, I got my new lighting set up.
Look at that guy.
There's
Brand
Aaron.
new, beautiful camera.
Man. Looking great.
You got to understand that working through the vortex, it's very difficult to get the camera. I mean, it's like it
does
changes
things to you.
It changes the optics and all
Makes
that.
my stomach hurt.
Yeah, so we don't cut to that camera very often for that very reason.
And thanks for taking live stream last week, Ryan.
Oh,
Took a personal day to do Christmas stuff,
We
and
got
I missed
through
hanging out with everybody.
We got through it.
Yeah.
Thanks for being back, Aaron.
I'm back.
Great job, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
It is hard to do.
Ryan does a good job.
It's hard to do both at the same time.
Yeah, the comments and the
it's
monitoring it.
Because you guys are such a handful.
Yeah.
We got to keep our eyes on
I
you. On
almost
those
did it by myself,
Yeah.
which that means you're doing three things at once.
Hey, and real quick, just so before we get going, let's try to get to 1,000 likes
1,000 likes.
today. And thanks to all the new members who joined while the chat was just there. If
That
you're
was
interested,
cool.
we have a YouTube membership.
And
Click the join button, you get emojis, get all that stuff.
And especially thank you if you were watching on Monday's video. A lot of people responded. The video went crazy. Lots of just very, very kind comments. Some comments, I'm not sure if they knew what I was talking about. That's okay. That's all right. We don't mind.
John, half the time I don't know what you're talking about.
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Hey, I want to do a quick howdy and thank you. Got this in the mail along with other stuff from the Groves family. And on the back of this little card here, Ivar, the oldest son, wrote a note. So this is Ivar Groves. He says, "Dear Mr. Townsend, I love to watch your YouTube channel, especially the one about log cabin building. A few weeks ago, I went out into our woods and cut down 5 saplings and started to build my own playhouse." That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
When it's like, no, I want to get involved, and they start something, and it's even better building. It's like being successful in life is about starting something, and then you fail, and then you finally follow through, and then you get that experience to say, I can do a thing, and it builds from there. Just starting something like that instead of just, it's like, I watched a YouTube video, and I didn't do anything with it. Thank you for the note, Ivar, and the Groves family in general, and hopefully we'll be talking to some Groves family next year. There's a fun live stream hopefully in the works on that one. I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah, yes.
Man, we gotta wait that long?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
by
wait
the way-
all the way into next year.
See y'all next year.
See you next year.
Oh, man.
So, do we start off with our little reel of highlights of 2020, or do you have a question back there?
I guess so.
You guessed so.
Yeah, let's start. Let's fire it up.
All right.
We thought we would look back into 2020 and kind of like, what did we end up doing? Now, we could have just sat home and, anyway, but we didn't. We made videos instead, and we had a blast doing it. Aaron, do it.
All right, here we go.
We're watching them here going, did we do that this year? And then over and over again. That one too?
John was like, "Why'd you put that one in?" That
Yeah,
one?
I thought that was
Nope,
last
that
year.
was this
Yeah.
year.
Oh, wow. That was a
No, I still think
That's a
that
ton of stuff.
I still think the Tavern Troubadour thing was not this.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It is amazing. Looking back at all the things that I'm still flabbergasted even by looking at that. What do you think your favorite was out of this year, Ryan? I have a hard time.
Wow.
I wouldn't know how I would answer that.
I got one, but I'll let Ryan go.
I don't know. It's hard because it's like some of that is like the shooting process, right? And some of that is the research process.
Yeah.
I definitely think the Venison and Corn, Colonel James Smith book, that whole like that read was probably my favorite read of the year. I really enjoyed that. I don't know. The filming process behind Bricks, when we had everybody out to the place, like my kids were out there. That was a lot of fun. I had a good time with that.
Yeah.
That was my favorite
Yeah.
thing we did. Yeah, I would say that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. I was gonna put Brick up there. I'd have to go back through because all this stuff runs together for me.
Yeah.
I can only remember it's like what did we shoot last week?
Well, I guess it's like favorite like outdoor project, and what was your favorite recipe this year? Whoever.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had the most fun, like pre-production wise, working with Pork Belly. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But the turkey cook-off was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
thought
in there? Yeah,
now
I
that
didn't see-
now that I watched it, it wasn't. I cut this thing together like right
was
before
eating.
the start. Yeah,
He
I was eating my lunch.
while he was. It's amazing anything came out of that.
Yeah. You're lucky you got me to work it all.
Right.
It's the week before New Year. You're lucky I'm here.
Chunks of cheeseburger in the keyboard and everything else. It's terrible.
Yeah, I totally forgot to put that in there. It was in my project, but it wasn't.
I think that my favorite cooking video to work on was probably, I enjoyed the fried creme brulee, the pork belly, and the venison corn, but I think our best cooking video this year was plum pudding.
The part of the thing for me is episodes. I judge them by how much stress I have during the process, right? And a lot of them I will stress over until I've finally achieved what I want in research. It's like, no, I feel confident. When I have about 10 times more in my head than I need to say on front of the camera, I feel great. And the episode goes fun. If I only have 2 or 3 times as much as what I'm going to give, it's like, oh, I don't feel good. This is stressful, even though the episode always turns out great and it's great fun. So plum pudding was really good.
Yeah.
Because it's very low stress kind of a shoot, because it's like, oh, I can talk about plum puddings all day long. That's fun. And I enjoy them. And some other ones started out stressful and ended up being, a lot of fun. Even like the Ichabod Crane one where we redid the ginger cakes. I even did a special Patreon video, which I've never done like it before, which I just sort of, kind of worked through the making of them just with no cuts and everything. And that was a real enjoyable process, and it made the making of the episode just so easy, so much fun.
The Cherry Bounce episode was stressful from start to finish for me.
Yeah, well, that's because you did all the work for it.
Yeah, but that one too, it kind of like came about right when quarantining came about.
Right.
And I don't know. There wasn't that whole thing. It was a simple recipe, but it was stressful as heck for me.
Yeah, but there's more going on with Cherry Bounce than meets the eye, and you have to do a whole bunch of interpretation. And it's like, okay, what's really happening here? Is this just simple? Anyway.
So people in the chat keep saying onion, and if they mean baked onion, that was last year.
Yeah.
But I would have thought it was this year.
Right.
Like that's how much these are all.
Yeah.
But
Coming,
it did
moving
have
together.
the cheese, the empty pantry cheese,
That was in there. That
and
was
bread soup, which really is good stuff.
Yeah, very good.
There was some interest. We did the kebabs this year. That was a cool recipe.
Kebabs are-
Yeah, but that didn't do very well.
You know, one of my favorite
No, it
ones we
didn't.
did was the pork chops. That one did really well, and that was really good. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were
Those
good.
were excellent.
See, that's
That
what I'm
was my
saying. I
favorite.
think I did the research for that the
Yeah,
same
you did.
time as Cherry Bounce, and that one wasn't stressful at all.
Yeah.
Hey, in the chat, throw your favorite video
Yeah.
this year in there. We want to see what everybody's
what
thinking.
We want to see.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
and if
let's
you
hear
get
it.
the year wrong, you're out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
no,
We ban you from the rest of the
If
live
they-
streams
if
for
they-
eternity.
if they posted a recipe from 3 years ago, I probably would go, yeah, that one from that year.
Right.
We've done so many. But it was an awesome year for
Yeah.
videos, and it
Yeah.
was our most successful year ever on YouTube.
Well, it's crazy to
quite a
me
bit.
too that as far as the calendar is concerned, we finished up Cabin, just almost a year ago?
Right at November 2019 was
Yeah.
when we were finishing up Cabin.
And we ended up using that cabin a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the kind of point is how do we, I mean, I forever wanted a cabin to shoot against and in, and it's like, well, hey, maybe we should make a video of us making it. So, sometimes it's kind of like that. You wonder, it's like maybe the process is much more important than the finished product. In that case, it's both. But yeah, sometimes we got a lot to learn about what it makes a really good episode, and you don't get to see some of that making of kind of things, which occasionally are really the best part.
Well, if you notice, the last shot I put in that montage was that drone shot of the homestead. That was like the big thing we did this year. After all the plans got canceled, it was like, let's really build onto this homestead.
Oh yeah, we put the oven up too.
Yeah. I mean, it was...
So yeah, basically we went into 2020 saying this year we're going to travel.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a lot of historic sites, and that's what we were gearing up for.
Yeah.
And I'd had a bunch of conversations with people.
Right.
And then the brakes were hit, and we came together and we're like, let's build the
Okay,
homestead. Let's go.
do this.
Which was probably going to happen this coming year.
Yeah, right.
That was kind of the plan, and we had to bump it back. A lot of people are saying, and I wish I would have put this in the montage, was the hanging out with Carol and talking about Christmas Carol. That was pretty awesome. That
Yeah.
was one of the best things we did this year. for sure.
One of the cool things about this year is we added a whole new type of video, and that is the readings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one of the things I talked about in Monday's video, and that is sometimes the limitations that we run up against are actually the things that force us into doing really good things, and like it or like it or not like it, that's what happens at times. Sometimes the very limitations we have are the things that create the innovation and the real movement forward in any part of our lives, whether it's a project, a little thing, or a big thing. So what happened with this year and the limitations we had in traveling forced us to do things that were really good, and we learned a lot, and we created new kinds of content, and we have been working really hard at how we interact with the audience too in different venues, and this coming year we're going to do that times 2.
Yeah.
So we've got
it's been really great for us to
Yeah.
be able to communicate with the audience in that kind of way. It's a lot of fun, and I think we get a lot of great ideas from that.
Yeah, it forces us to be maybe more efficient in some ways and more creative in other ways. Hopefully in this year coming up, we'll be able to do a lot more with guests, but we're going to have to, they're going to be live streams. We're going to be piping them in. And but that is a very efficient way to bring a lot of people into what we do here on the channel.
Some people are mentioning that collab with Tasting History as well.
that was this year.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Max is a really fun guy
Max,
to talk
For
to.
a
Max
year
is
that was kind
so
of
fun.
like we canceled a bunch of stuff. It was really, really busy. And it happened so fast I barely remember half of it.
Yeah, right.
I think we learned a lot this year too on how far we can push ourselves with content. And
And how far we shouldn't push ourselves with content.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, real quick,
Yeah.
can you talk about becoming a Nutmeg Tavern member?
Yeah, so if you see the join button on your browser, it should be right under the dislike button. Please don't hit dislike. Please hit like. You hit that join button, you can become a Nutmeg Tavern member. Essentially, it's a YouTube membership. It kind of helps us out every month. You get emojis, you get a badge by your name, and it's just a way to support us and have a little bit of fun in the chat.
It's like you can be a team member.
Yeah, and the longer you're
our favorite people.
the longer you're a member, your badge kind of upgrades. So there are a few people coming up in the next couple months who are going to get the year badge, which is pretty cool. I'm excited for everyone.
I think we need a pineapple emoji with
You think
Yeah.
so?
eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, we painstakingly.
No, that's
make-
for when
Could
you
we-
cancel.
Well, could we make it look like Ryan's head, but it's a pineapple at the same time?
You don't want my head on there. We painstakingly hand create all of the emojis for you.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, we got nutmegs, John's face.
look at
John's
John.
No,
in
you
there.
got to go
Noel
to
baby.
an
Tainted
emoticon
brain.
forge. You got to forge those out.
I love the one where John's got the mug right next to his face. It cracks me up. Oh, let me get in the super chat.
So, you're gonna go.
No, we can go to the super chat later if you want.
I want to do Patreon real quick.
There's a lot of people waiting in there, but you forgot Patreon last week.
Well,
right?
I didn't forget. We just
ran
ran out of time.
Okay.
And I've got a huge list. I got a huge list.
We'll
so
give
I'm gonna-
them priority.
I'm going to put it in two pieces. So the first batch of Patreon people: Holly Swick, thank you; Silly Scotty Dog, Yasmin Sacristan, Joe Malloy, Miriam Chavez, Erica Rivertree, Joshua Price, John Gibson, Joshua G, Brian Torres, Gail, and then there's Robert Keys and Joel Lambert and David McCullum. Thank you, brand new Patreon members, and I'll get the second half in the second half of the show.
Real quick, for those who aren't seeing the join button, I don't know, some browsers don't have it. I'm gonna throw the link to the join page in the chat, and you can just hit it from there.
I think the most important thing that we could find out in this live stream is if there was a Ryan Apple T-shirt.
Ryan Apple.
a Ryan Apple. A Ryan,
Ryan
Apple.
Ryan Apple.
Yeah.
I get it. Ryan Pineapple.
Yeah, a Ryan Pineapple T-shirt. How many of you guys would wear it? Because that'd be terrible.
I think it would be great. Like yellow.
So many people are talking about Ryan Apple. It's
like
killing me.
Ryan's face on a
We do need an
pineapple.
emoji of the bunny at the table. Someone
Oh
just said
yeah, that was
Who said
creepy. Scratch everything. That was my favorite episode this year.
Yeah, Sue O'Connor. Yeah.
All right, so, man, I'm fidgety. I just realized I was clicking, something that doesn't even exist. Max are cool.
That's our cool.
Happy New Year's, Townsends team, and thank you for being a bright spot through 2020.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And all your
Ashley
support.
LeCount, thank you so much for bringing so many of us through this crazy year. I know you had to change up your plans, but it was a wonderful year of content.
Thank you.
Nicole Marley.
Nicole.
Oh, hey.
Great seeing you, Nicole.
Yeah, I saw her. She did something on Monday's video. I saw her, Hello Daddy 2020 or something like that.
Well, right now she says goodbye, Nutmeg Daddy, until next year.
Oh,
Wonderful. Bridget Goddess got a 3-gallon oak barrel from your catalog for Christmas. My hubby,
wow.
who I never thought I'd say that word, who bought it, compliments your customer service. It's great. Thank you, and Happy New Year. Hey, I'm glad that they got that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
you could fill that up with nutmeg. It'd be great.
It flavors the wine nicely, right? First nutmeg, then wine. Let it age for 3 years. Mark Willoughby. Thanks for helping us all get through such a difficult year. Nicole Marley, Nutmeg Daddy merch. I know, Nicole. That's a good idea. Frank McLeod. Cheers from the best channel, for the best channel on YouTube.
McLeod, yeah.
Thank you. Spinning the... Oh, did I say it wrong?
It's all right. Keep going.
It says Leod.
Yeah.
Did you say McLeod? Loud?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Frank. Sorry, Frank. Spinning the past. Thanks for... I'm sorry.
On to the next one.
Dude, you cracked me up. Thanks for sharing your expertise and merriment. Loved watching Maggie and Parson the other week. A little tip for the Now crew, especially Ryan. Good job. Make 21 a better one. Thank you so much. Denise
do our
Maloney
best.
Piran, have a happy new year, John, Ryan, Aaron. Thank you for what you do. Deborah Crawford, hey guys. Man, I've read happy so many times, every H looks like happy. Hey guys, Merry Christmas, everyone. I missed you all. I had missed the last few live visits, but I'm here today. Woohoo. Glad you're here, Deborah.
Yes.
Thank you. David Dinelli, clothing question. I noticed on military jacket the edge was unfinished. Was this done only on military items to keep the price down, or was this a common practice? Didn't this lead to the fabric unraveling? Happy New Year.
Great, interesting, fun question. And
Yeah.
normally you don't really kind of pay too much attention to it. I've got a coat over there. But yeah, they have raw edges on the outside. Now, most of the civilian coats just have a turned edge on them, or they don't have these kind of double-breasted fold-back lapels like a military coat does. So there's not an issue of raw edges. But on military coats, they have these kind of fold backs. If you tried to hide those raw edges, you get a really thick material. And so they didn't hide those raw edges. And one of the other issues is that quality of the wool was so good that generally a decent coat, that would not fray out, even though you were just having a raw wool edge on the outside. Normally we do that, you cut fabric like this, it's just gonna start to fray and do crazy stuff. So yeah, they did that, and it was faster, but they just didn't need to hide all those edges.
Very thorough. That was a great answer. It made me lose my spot. I was just trying to say something
Threw him off.
in the meantime.
See?
No, it just refreshed on me. Curious Discourse is a new member. Thank you. Eric Rivertree, along the Appalachian frontier, what were some common wild foraged substitutes for coffee and tea?
For coffee and tea. So, and thank you for being a new Patreon person. Coffee and tea. I am not sure that what it would, off the top of my head, what kind of a forage item you could do that with. So sometimes if they're going to, come up with something and they don't have coffee or tea with them and they want to have something like that, they're going to use a toasted grain and beat it up, crush it, and then use that as a nasty, horrible coffee substitute. And we do have an episode on fake coffee. I can't remember what the title of it is.
Imitation.
Yeah,
coffee.
imitation. And I think that's roasted wheat berries, but you can do it with several different things. Like toasted rice makes a really interesting addition to standard tea, or you can use it in substitute. There are some other things. I'm not sure how popular they were in the time period.
Was the chicory thing happening?
Yeah, probably. But tracing that down and finding those references, and it's like one person might have done it. Was it a common thing? We know the roasted grain was a common substitute, but I don't know if these other ones were a common substitute. And especially as you're on a trail, in the outback. That's a good question.
J.M. Kupia, I think. I don't know. I'm not very good at pronouncing last names. Are there any? That's why they gave me this job. Are there any specifically Jewish traditions that were here in the time? I'd love to show my partner them. Also, J-Q-P-H-E-Y is how you say it. Oh, thanks. You told me at the end, man.
You told me at the end.
So, yeah, I'll get that next time.
They're in North America in the 18th century. There is a small Jewish population. It's like, do people write about that and give us a lot of documentation on that? No. So it's hard to know exactly what's going on with that, and how those traditions get shared. You do see in 18th century cookbooks, though, specific Jewish dishes showing up here and there. And you can find those, and that those are some of those things that were within the Jewish community that were known and eaten outside of that community. So you see the sharing of those cultures. So I don't have an answer beyond that. There is like, we did one episode which was it was kind of like a sweet noodle baked pudding pie thing. It was really good.
Jekupeheya. That's it. I wanted to.
It took him like 5 minutes to figure it out.
I wanted to practice and pay respect in the right
yes,
way.
Yes.
You know,
well, I mean, he went to all the point of helping you out with it. So
I don't want to ignore that. Debbie D is a new member, and Government Juice, it looks like, is in Super Chat. I keep buying gear from your catalog, but I have nowhere to wear it. Oh, well.
well,
thank
let's
you.
hope that happens. That can happen in the coming years.
Wear it to the store, the grocery store.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wear
wear
it anywhere.
I wear it wherever. I mean,
Yep. I've been in plenty of restaurants in that gear. May I show you?
We'll put you in the corner.
Rob Dixon is a new member. Thank you, Rob. Plain Jane in the Super Chat. You folks were one of the best things in 2020 with a pineapple. Yowzers. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Don Nolan is a new member, and Laura Pelotti, I think, is a new member. If I pronounced that wrong, you just have to forgive me. Or not.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't.
DJ Pennington sends in a super chat without a comment. Speed and style. Tony, my parents and I loved all of the videos this year. Friday live stream would often make a bad week much better. I was hoping he wasn't going to say worse.
And I love the idea that people can share our videos within not only their friends, but their children or with their parents. A lot of people share the channel with their family that they wouldn't normally share other things with. So, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, these things are just rolling in. Matthew H. Coin for The Witcher. Such a cool name and title.
Appreciate it.
Julie Esper in Super Chat. Happy New Year. Thank you for everything you do. Tip for the crew and more nutmeg for John.
Yeah, woo.
John cannot fit any more nutmeg in his pockets.
Wait a minute, hold on.
What are you drinking, John?
It's killer. It's a mix between oolong tea and chocolate. Oh yeah. It just, and then you add nutmeg on top.
And is that the 4th or the 7th or what? How many times have you added nutmeg?
You don't want to know.
Do you remember the scene in Napoleon Dynamite when he has the tots in his pocket? We need to reenact that, but with nutmeg. Like, kick it.
Give me some nutmeg.
Yeah.
Go get your own.
DJ Pennington in Super Chat. How are eyeglass lenses prescribed made?
Well, hand grinding of eyeglasses lenses. Can you imagine? I mean, you have you have a surface. It might be glass, but has the proper concaveness, or vice versa. And then you're hand grinding that lens with a fine, compound that's a grit, and you slowly grind on these lenses. That's all that stuff was done by hand, and even guessing. It's like, well, actually, when we figure out glasses today, when people eyeglass optometrists figure your prescription out today, I mean, they just put a whole bunch of lenses in front of you and say, is that better than this? Well, they did the same thing in the 18th century, probably not a little less, scientifically, but basically the same thing. Try these on. Is that better? And you'll see these cases of trial lenses that people had to, is this going to work for you? There wasn't as much correction for, say, nearsightedness. Mostly they were reading lenses for people, and generally they didn't wear lenses for, seeing far away, like we have issues with. I have issues with that. And they had lenses made out of things like pebbles, or actual, not made out of glass, but out of minerals. So there's a whole bunch of great fun stuff in eyeglasses land to learn about.
I love how much you light up when you talk about eyeglasses from the time period. Every time.
It's crazy. I mean, you want to search for something that makes you look really weird. Martin's Margins or something. They're like, what?
That stuff is
So
wild.
I've been wanting to make Martin's Margins, but I'll just have to make some for fun.
Spinning the Past is a new member. In the chat, people are having a really good time talking about videos that they liked this year, and they're being super kind, saying that we were a bright spot, and I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. Very encouraging. Somebody thought it was really funny when you were in period clothing, but we were driving to Philadelphia, and it's just normal, guys.
Yeah, it's like me wearing this or some, modern clothes, whatever. But it's like, yeah, I don't mind going places in funny clothes.
Martin, I don't know how to say your name, sir. I think I do, but I'm not going to try. Coin for the Time Vortex operator. Came to the tavern with my wife from Hungary. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you, Martin. Happy New Year.
Yes.
Bryce Adams, thank you for your wonderful channel. Hope you all have a great New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sue Kelly, bought all DVDs and bread book earlier this year. Husband forgot and gifted me the same birthday anniversary. Realization moment was priceless. Yeah, that's worth it right there. See in the face. Gabe Tomato Girl, Townsends. Have you come across any accidental vegan recipes?
Oh yeah. There's even the Primitive Cookery Cookbook.
Yeah, but we're talking vegan, not vegetarian.
Yeah, but there's some of that hidden in there. When she's, when they're like accidental, it's like, well, there are some recipes that are just naturally that way. And there are some 18th century recipes that are naturally vegan. Maybe not a lot, but, and there were people certainly within the 18th century that were eating that way for ethical reasons. There might not be a ton of them, but there is that happening in the 18th century. And if you want a specific instance, check out Benjamin Lay. Really interesting character for the 18th century.
Yep. Benjamin Lay is a cool dude. I'm sure he'd be happy that I said he's a cool
You called
dude.
me what?
He'd appreciate it.
Kelptoid 5. Cheers! Looking forward to a new year. I missed the pineapple story. What was that about? Every time in the past month,
When we were reading Christmas Carol.
I'm stealing this one because
You're going to take it?
Run
You don't
with
want
it,
me to
I'm
ruin
answering
it?
this question.
Okay.
When they were reading the Christmas Carol, I was not invited to my establishment.
Nope.
Really? That's your answer?
Yes, and they replaced me with a couple of pineapples, who apparently did my job.
Well, at first it was one, and then that one went rotten, like Ryan, and we had to replace him.
What I've learned from this is the only thing that I've got on pineapples is that I don't rot.
We had that
I
pineapple
don't even
sitting
know
in
if I
here.
would go that far.
Ryan and I walked in to clean something up, and
Oh, it was
as soon as we
stinky.
walked in, we got to throw that pineapple out.
It smelled like we were in the forest, and it was a nasty forest. So yeah, that's what happened.
That is not the true story, but I'll let you go with that.
What's your version?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
You weren't invited.
Yes, Parson John and Maggie, he was not invited.
No, we didn't. We didn't need me back here because he was just reading, and I had work to do.
He didn't want to like sit back there and.
John's sitting around reading, and
Blah,
I've got
blah,
actual work to
Ryan
do.
said, "Well, if you guys don't need me, I'm gonna go home."
And I said, well, we can replace you, no problem.
Yeah, but we did find out in the chat one day that it does take 2 pineapples to replace 1 Ryan. So,
But I think just like Lord Savory venison, you will not see the pineapples back until next year, the end of next year, because I don't think they'll come back. They were a special holiday thing.
okay.
So we and notice because it's after the holidays, we are back with Sir Francis Bacon.
It's the day after Christmas, we just tore it all down.
Parson, John, and Maggie said, "Sure, Ryan," like they don't believe what I'm saying. And I've never even told a lie in my life.
Oh, bro.
Not one. All right. So, Elizabeth Busho, looking forward to the new year and to many new projects. Wishing everyone peace and happiness in the new year. Amen to that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Alice, I think it's Alice Griff 79. You have made a very stressful year much easier to bear. Thank you so much, you guys. Much love to all the team from Liverpool, UK. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sandra Earls is a new member. Got to advise any videos from Gentleman's Companion in the works. Tainted brain, tainted brain, tainted brain, tainted brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked. We'll come every once in a while and be like, hey, what do you want to talk about on live stream? And we talk about that, but there's always something that's kind of
Just a
a
little
little
bit,
more interesting that we wanted to.
but we might come back to that.
Yeah, we will, for
Yes.
sure.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Super chat, Taco Lover. Oh my gosh, I need more grog.
Everybody does.
And Super Chat's finally calmed down. So if you got anything to say, you better say it now, John. I don't know.
No, actually, a couple of the comments, a bunch of the comments have talked about the idea of, 2020 and getting through the year. And, part of that is, part of that is us getting through it here. And, we just make videos that help us get through that. But a lot of and I sort of hinted at it in Monday's video, a lot of the content, you guys are driving that. So as the things started to happen early in the year and people were feeling that pressure, and it was a year of a lot of anxiety, a lot of sort of outside pressure, like we don't have enough pressure in our lives, right? That kind of, squeezes a lot of people. And a lot of people were reaching out in comments saying, boy, we like your channel because it does this for me. And that feedback, and then as we create content that sort of, we do our best at helping with that more. And then the feedback from that, it was a very good year for working together with the audience to create content specifically for that. So thank you out there for helping us craft our content to be more helpful to everyone, really. I mean, it's even as somebody says, maybe as they're doing it just for themselves, I want this kind of content. We create that content that doesn't just help that person, that helps any number of people out there. So thank you for that.
Oh, I wanna speak on this real quick. Somebody asked if we have a TikTok, and if not, there is someone impersonating you. We ran into that trouble months back.
Yeah.
Took care of it. It went away, and if it's back, then thank you. Don't go look at it. It's really not worth it. But thank you. We'll take care of it.
We don't have one.
We do not have a TikTok.
We do not have a TikTok, and
Probably never will.
yeah.
No.
Unless you want to see Ryan dance.
There will not be a Townsends TikTok. There never has been, and anything that is said there does not reflect anything that we feel.
Yeah, and that's a real sad thing that we have to deal with in this day and age, is that there are how many social platforms, right? And it's easy for people to impersonate other people. It's like if you're seeing a John Townsend someplace on the internet saying weird and wacky things that I've never said here, then they're not me. You can just pretty much bet on that. And I don't know, give them a hot foot. I don't know what to say.
If it's weird and wacky stuff like 18th century glasses really light my heart up,
Well,
then, you heard that here.
Yeah.
So you know
exactly.
it's him. Man, there's so much. You guys are being super generous today with these super chats. And I'm going to try to find where I need to be. Okay, Matthew H., I keep missing the redware pie pans by mere hours. How much do I have to bribe to get one? Who do I need to sweet talk to put one aside?
If you call, you can get them to put an order in, and it will be a back order that fulfills when they come
Yeah.
in. You just have to actually talk to a human, and they will make that happen for you. And just say, John told me to, whatever.
Damien's in Super Chat. As a longtime 18th century British Navy reenactor,
Oh, yeah.
I have very much appreciated your videos to help keep us in the mood. A very happy new year to you.
Yeah, that's one of the other aspects that all these reenactors this year have not had an outlet for what they want to be doing, and I mean the channel isn't a full answer to that, but at least it's like, look, something's happening.
Ethan C. decided to brag in the chat about how they got their pie pan this week.
Oh, that's cool.
So congratulations to you. Matthew H., if you would like to rob a pie pan, it looks like somebody just got one in the mail. Denise Maloney Piran, the Ryan Apple mug could have a SpongeBob vibe and be round like the mug John has today. Jeez, wow. I like how much you like this Ryan Apple thing. It really, you really, really do. Yeah, Sonia in Super Chat land. Your recent video reminded me of my grandmother and all her tales of how they got by during the Depression. Thank you for all that you do. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Joe Serrano. John, the pineapple story, you said it was a special holiday thing. Did they also make a fermented pineapple drink and sweetened with jaggery, raw sugarcane?
Well, they probably didn't have a choice. Pineapples in the 18th century were sought after as decoration pieces, and sometimes they would like share them, and the pineapple would move from house to house. Says, look at that, we got a pineapple. But then you know what happens to a pineapple, later on, and if they're gonna, it's like, okay, it's time to actually eat this pineapple instead of use it for decoration. Well, it's probably naturally fermented and has started to do its own thing, which our pineapples were doing right here in the studio. But I don't know about any special drinks with them. We'll have to have a pineapple episode. That's just all there is to it.
I will say that special drinks in the 18th century are very hard to research.
Very hard.
It's not something that's written a whole lot about. There wasn't a barkeep's guide until 40 years later.
Or more.
Yeah, I think the 1840s.
Yeah.
But it's just difficult. Grape Tomato Girl, I pray the new year holds peace, hope, love, strength, faith, grace, healing, and joy to each of you. Be well, stay kind, and blessings to all.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Neen something. Thank you for a year's worth of videos. It's been a great way to spend through isolation. Happy New Year to all with love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Talia Valenci, thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you guys for all that you do and for all the hard work this year. Here's to a 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Keep on moving. Christopher Bain, your channel is super fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, this is just moving around on me. Emily is sending in a donation without a question, so thank you so much for that.
Emily.
Salome Perry, thank you everyone for your great work. Hope all stabilizes in 2021. Happy New Year to all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Stevenson Super Chat, your videos have been heartwarming and brilliant. I'm outside in my garden in the freezing cold with a fire, some brief roasting, red wine and brandy. Much peace. Best wishes from the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Great.
Wonderful.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Right.
And then I think there's one more. Yeah, Isaiah Smith. Thank you for this great channel and the great history on this channel. Also, thanks to you, John. I'm putting nutmeg in almost everything. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'm glad because my nutmeg shares are going through the roof. If only. I think we need like a nutmeg Bitcoin kind of thing. Don't you think? A nutmeg cryptocurrency based on, you know, like a giant vault of nutmeg and you're getting a share. Anyway.
Hey, we hit 1,000 likes. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Woo!
Appreciate it.
John's property is the Fort Knox of nutmeg.
Yeah. That's why I got all those guard dogs. Patreon, the second batch. Here we go. These are brand new Patreon people. This week, Corey Taylor, Ray Zollner, Douglas Thompson, Kyle Siegler, Jay Thompson, Richard Culloway, Bill Summers, Harold Gonzalez, Riley Carter, Dylan, and then Frode Hestad, and someone's just Fielding, and then there's Leo, I think it's Garbeau, and then Megan Belts, Ethan Kane, and Michael Hollerbach. Thank you. You are all brand new Patreon people, and you help make it happen. So Patreon is a site where you can go and sign up and support us a small amount of money per month. And it is one of those great ways to help us sort of, you know, as we, like right now, we're planning a whole bunch of content into 2021. And we don't know what we can do unless we have we can't plan those things unless we have sort of a solid base that says, yeah, there's this support for what you're doing. Patreon is part of that. You know, as we look at, these Patreon people, they are supporting what we do each and every month. We can create this kind of content because of that. You guys help that out. Obviously, other things help us out, Super Chat and merch and all that great things. And we do have some great merch coming right up. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. There's somebody in the chat that's asking about trail food, pocket food, trekking food. There is plenty of that on the channel. You just kind of have to look for it a little bit. The portable soup is probably the best one, the go-to one. But there's pemmican and
parched corn.
Right.
There's pemmican is a big one, which gets a lot of comments. And yes, it's Métis.
If you use,
it's like
Now that's a meme right there.
Yeah, that's
it's like
true.
you know, you say a word wrong once and you're going to hear about it for the next 6 years.
Someone said, I thought you might want to know that it's pronounced mate.
Yeah, it's like
He does. He
being
really
kind.
wants to
right.
know.
I mean,
where were you 5 years ago?
yeah. Don't worry. It's every single day that video's out. There's not a day that goes by that
I'm
somebody
not sure
doesn't
if you've heard this before.
tell me that I pronounced that.
Oh, that's pretty good. Anyway, if you
Very
use
humbling.
the keyword trek or trekking when you're in your searches, you'll find some more of that stuff too.
And look up the series we did with Colt Cracker Bushcraft.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Dan Wowak.
yeah, we did a little food stuff in it,
Yeah.
and
The bison.
yeah, we did
was
the bison, which was a reading right out of Nicholas Cresswell. There's even the venison piece. That book, the Colonel. No, that's
Smith.
Yes, is it Ebenezer Fox?
Huh? Colonel James Smith?
No, it's John Smith. That's right.
John Smith, yeah.
That's got a lot of content that has to do with Native American food and what trail food was like. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff out there.
Okay, so Super Chat is filling up again. Philip Hall. Townsends, I must say this is absolutely amazing. How are you streaming this in the year 1763 witchcraft?
We have got a special dispensation on the Time Vortex to be able to do this.
Yes. Proprietary.
Yeah.
John Talley. Is there a minimum diameter log size you can use for a cabin? Would 5 inches diameter be too small?
There are some cabin types that use smaller logs. Not the typical one like we made. You can use them in a vertical sense. There's a lot of different building technologies that are a little harder to document, but there are descriptions of them, and some of them do use a smaller style log.
D. Renee is in Super Chat. D. Renee 65. Thank you for spelling your name very first. I appreciate that. Thank you for all of your videos and live streams this past year and all the upcoming videos, live streams of the new year. no old baby.
That's
Relatively nomadic. Respect a lot of dedication, time, and effort involved. Thank you. Megan Nelson, I don't know if it would actually be interesting to anyone else, but if there are plans for an episode about gardening, herbs, flowers, etc. in the 18th century, you'd have at least one viewer.
Right on.
Every time we talk about making a video, we say, well, we have at least one viewer.
Yeah, and
And that's where we start from.
well,
And then
usually
grow.
it's like I think about me as the first viewer. Well, would I want to watch this?
Right.
You know, gardening we have done a little bit. There's at least one episode I did with Ivy where we planted a garden. We talk about the herbs that are going in there, and we did a medicinal herb garden one with the folks down at Sarah down at Connor Prairie.
Yeah, there's more stuff in the future that I want to do, but honestly, that's not a job for us. That is a job for people who would do it, specialize in it, and we just need to go see them. I went up to Michilimackinac.
Yeah.
Their gardens are awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to see something in Michigan or Wisconsin, you should go there. Wisconsin also has another site that's got a lot of great gardens. Remember what that site is?
Oh, which one did you
The
say?
one in Wisconsin.
Old Wisconsin?
Shoot. I wish I could remember. Anyway. there
Also,
are-
Mount Vernon.
Yes,
you
right.
know.
There are sites that specialize in gardening. They
Yes.
do it year round. Mount Vernon's program is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, the tobacco video from Mount Vernon. That covers some of that stuff too. You could look at that. Man, I wish that this didn't refresh on me.
It's 2020 getting back at you.
Yeah. Okay, Mike is in Super Chat. Thank you for helping us keep history alive and for the recipes to savor the flavors and the aromas of the 18th century. Happy New Year. Thank you. Eric H72, I think. Greetings from the land which was settled in part as a result of the U.S. War of Independence, Australia. Thank you. Eric Moan Johnson, thank you for all your hard work. Your videos brought a little light to this crazy year.
Thank you.
Pieces of 8, the deepest gratitude for
There he
all
is.
you do and wishing a bright horizon to everyone in the new year. Hoping for a cartography episode 2. Cheers, you legends. Wow. Thank you.
Cartography.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to learn a lot for that one.
Wow.
Cartography.
Or just talk to the right person.
Yes.
I like all these ideas,
Yeah, I
though.
do too.
That'll help us for next year.
Maybe we should have a planning session with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, we'll just sit
I like
around in a
that.
live stream and just kind of throw ideas about.
There've been like 5 that, oh, yeah, that.
Right. Super Chat just rolled in, and then we're getting close to time to say farewell, friends. Matthew H. Is 2021 the year John starts to grow his 18th century ponytail?
I just had a haircut today.
I was going to say, you're off to a bad start.
Really excited about it.
I could get a fake ponytail. Can I do that?
Oh,
They did that in the 18th
it
century.
did. John Gingras or Gingras, just discovered your channel this month, and I'm loving it. Thank you for such amazing content. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see what will come in the new year. Hey,
Me
that makes
neither.
2 of us. We've got a lot of big, fun ideas. If we can get done half the stuff that we want to do, I think it's going to be a great year.
We are going to get done twice as much in the next year. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. We've got some great stuff planned.
What is the sword behind you? I interrupted you on accident. I'm sorry.
that one back there?
That's from DKK.
It's a Civil
No,
War.
it's not. Sorry, that's from Berg.
What?
I just read it wrong. Yeah. Yeah, what is the sword behind you?
That's just a Civil War reproduction sword. There's a period sword that hangs in my office. Really, yeah, they're fun swords in the 18th century, and the modern reproductions are just like, that's not a sword. That's just a hunk of metal.
Somebody says, how about that 18th century canoe trip?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We
Yeah, that.
You ought to have heard what Aaron and I were talking about this morning.
Uh-oh.
This video that I've been cooking up. I think
Sounds
it involves
dangerous.
canoes.
I mean, I've got we got the stuff to do an amazing canoe episode. Like 3 canoes and underwater cameras, and it just didn't happen.
It was a year full of missed plans, I think.
Yeah.
Susan, your channel has been encouraging this year. Will you do a video series about dances that go with the book you just launched?
Well, dances.
John is a prolific dancer.
Yeah, I'm pretty much dancing pretty much every day. Well, at least when I think about the fun we get to have on the channel.
So that's not in the plans right now.
Well, we'll have to talk to Rick and Hillary about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for your support with the Rick and Hillary's sketchbook project, which is really cool. I love the way it turned out.
I will call you Henry. Thank you. That's for them. Somebody says a canoe race.
Canoe race.
In dugout canoes. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
People keep saying smallpox quarantine episodes. That's definitely something we've been chewing on for a while.
Well, and I talked about some of that stuff early on in,
It was
some
all
of those.
live streaming stuff, right?
Yeah, we would like to do a real production.
Well, you could do one of those kind of videos we were been talking about.
Yep.
They want a Ryan and John dance off. Can you believe this?
Well, maybe if we do like animated ones and we don't have to do it.
What if I juggle pineapples the whole time?
How about if I get some like sock puppets and you could be one and
I could be a sock puppet?
yeah. I think a pineapple sock puppet that's Ryan.
I think this stream's going downhill fast.
Yeah. Hey, thanks to all the new members. Thank you for getting us to almost 1,300 likes.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Are we there, Ryan?
Yeah. Thanks, guys. It's been a great year.
Do you have any more there?
thank you.
Nope. You
Okay.
go for it.
It has been an amazing year because of you guys out there. Yeah, we make videos, but we wouldn't be able to make them without you in every way possible, whether it's simply, being audience and I watch all your videos. That is an amazing kind of support that we get, and commenting and the encouraging that we get, in simple comments. And you know what? Those are really important, not just because that we read them, but other people are reading them, and the positivity that we have in the comment section of our channel there's nothing like it. Truly, there's nothing like it out there. You guys make that happen. I can't do that. So that kind of support is just so amazing. Also, the support we get with Patreon and Super Chat and, buying a pie pan or whatever, all those things, that's part of you being part of the team here. So thank you for that. And, we've had a tremendous year because of what you've helped us do. And that has affected, it's like we're a special community here on the live stream. There are 1 million people that watch the videos, and I'm not joking there, that are supported by this core here that's in the live stream. And that affects the world in ways that we don't even understand. So thank you for what you do here on this channel. It has made 2020 a year that is strange and weird and amazing all at the same time. So thank you. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Ryan. These guys helped me make this content. I could not do it by myself. They're an important, massively important part of the team, and will continue to, be even more important foundation stones of what we do here. So thank you, guys. And next year, I want you to have an amazing year. You can make it an amazing year. We will do our utmost here on the channel to support what we do and continue to make more and more content because of how you help us. Thank you so much. Have a tremendous 2021. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.